Good afternoon. Hi, I'm Kim Day. I'm Manager of Aviation for the City and County of Denver, and I am very excited to welcome you here today for a very special announcement. I'd also like to say, if you have not checked out the exhibit that we are standing in, it is called Onboarding. It is about our local architect, Kurt Fentress, and his airport design, and we're obviously standing today in my favorite section of the exhibit. I do want to thank the Denver Art Museum for allowing us to invade them today to have this announcement. So I'm here today to introduce our newest international carrier that's going to serve Denver International Airport, and it's with great pleasure that I introduce to you the CEO of Volaris, Enrique Beltranene.
Thank you. Good afternoon to everybody. Dear guests, members of the press, Volaris team, thank you for being here with us today. It is an honor to be here to kick off the Volaris presence in Denver, Colorado. I would like to extend a special thank you, to the governor of the state of Colorado, John Hickenlooper, whom I met several months ago in Mexico. The mayor of Denver, Michael Hancock, nice to meet you. Our great friend, the Consul of Mexico, the Consul General of Mexico in Denver, Andres Chao, whom I can really say, I wish all the consuls from our country will be like you. I mean, you really, really excelled. Thank you very much. And obviously to you, Kim, Thank you very much, the aviation manager of Denver International Airport. It's a pleasure to share with you this special day for all of us at Volaris, The edition of Denver is the ninth edition, the ninth U.S. destination that represents one more step in our company's growth. We believe that Volaris is an airline with a bright future and one of the most innovative airlines in the industry. Let me give you an idea. Volaris has been growing in the last 5 years at a pace of about 36% per year. 6 years ago, when we developed the business plan for Volaris, we were a little team with great experienced professionals on aviation who had a dream, which was creating a new type of an airline for the Mexican market, which would be known for its excellence and quality, innovation, but most important, because we were going to break the market with our really, really discounted fares, low fares. Today, I can say that Volaris is solidly transforming this dream into a reality. We have positioned ourselves as Mexico's second largest airline and Latin America's premier low-cost carrier. There's not other low-cost carrier at the level of Volaris in the entire Latin American market. Before I go into the details of the new flight, I would like to tell you a couple of things about Volaris. Our customers benefit from our low-cost philosophy and have the certainty of flying on the continent's youngest fleet. Let me start with the low fares, Just to give you an idea, this market, year 2010, had a flow of about 90,000 passengers between Mexico and Denver. Today, it's just 22,000 passengers. We at Volaris, with the level of fares that they used to have 3 years ago, discounting them up to a level of 45%, we can think that we can duplicate the market. Going back to the youngest fleet, we have 37 Airbuses, A319s and A320s. This is something very important for Denver. We have the latest technology in terms of aircraft, And I want to leave this message has to be delivered to all your customers, from the press and from everybody here. This is not a Patito airline, It is a real airline with really good equipment, And our average age of the fleet is about 4 years, okay? Let me give you an example. US average fleet age is higher than 12 years. This translates into a fresh, modern, spacious, noise-reduced in-flight experience for our customers. I would also like to highlight that over this past 6 years of operation, we have served now more than 25 million customers. Our customers love our low fares, and specifically, they love the flawless of our operation. We're an innovative, we are a professional and fast-growing airline, as I said. For examples, customers can now book through an iPhone or through an iPad application. And we just rolled a V-Club, which is the low-fare membership-based club that gives customers access to even lower fares than what we have been selling. We have launched promotions through V-Club of $9 per segment. Denver will witness Volaris' excellent service and low fares, which is our best presentation card. People on both sides of the border will now be able to travel very economically to and from Colorado on a direct flight to Mexico with one-way fares as low, okay? Not with promotions, but we sometimes, most of our fares are going to be around $149 that will be sold on Volaris.com. This is something very important. 90% of our sales are done through the internet, Volaris.com. And the reason we do it is because of the cost. It reduces dramatically the cost. That doesn't mean the agencies can access the inventory. It means that the agencies access the inventory through the internet and not through the typical global distribution systems. We do have a great call center that speaks English and can take care of you guys in English, but also that speaks great Spanish. Mexican Spanish, okay? And travel agencies starting today. This whole system it's up, effective this morning at 8 o'clock in the morning. So if you guys want to make a booking, we are already there and you can start purchasing. Many people will ask why Denver? Because our 9th international destination became our 9th international destination. And the answer is very simple. First, we had a very active governor visiting us. Second, we had an amazing consul that supported our entry into the market, okay? But most important than that is because we have, in the state of Colorado, more than 1 million Mexicans living here. Denver is also the gateway to Colorado's attractive leisure destination for Mexican visitors. This makes this market ideal for Volaris, a route in which traffic can be stimulated with low fares. We believe Mexico-Denver route has a potential, as I said, of at least doubling in size. Volaris will cover the Denver-Mexico City route on Saturdays and Sundays starting December the 8th with the following schedule. We will depart from Mexico City, I'm speaking about local times, okay? 12:15 p.m., arriving in Denver at 3:05 p.m., and we will depart Denver at 4:25 p.m., arriving in Mexico City at 9 p.m. The reason we launch frequencies with 3-4 months in advance is because we think that this market is going to need much more frequencies than the ones we are announcing right now. So most likely we'll be able to add some more frequencies on a weekly basis. We're confident that our service in Denver will be successful and beneficial to many, many people. We will leverage the strengths we have developed in Mexico and other destinations in the U.S., and we will commit to our mission. Our mission, with the best people and the lowest cost, help more people to travel and travel well. Finally, Governor Hickenlooper, Mayor Hancock, and Kim, please allow us to present this model, okay, which signifies our commitment to the beginning of a successful and productive relationship between Volaris and the city of Denver and Colorado. A nivel personal y a nombre de todo el equipo de Volaris, quiero agradecer al cónsul Andrés Chao, nuestro equipo, por su esfuerzo en crear esta nueva oferta aérea en beneficio de nuestros futuros y actuales clientes. De verdad, Andrés, te luciste. Muchas gracias. Okay? We hope to see you all on board our flights, okay, very soon. And Mexico is waiting for you guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I do want to say that, you know, we love having partners that share some of our values. And Colorado and Denver are green cities. Volaris is a paperless airline, just so that you know that, which is very unique. It is now a great pleasure for me to introduce our Consul General from Mexico, Andres Chow, who is not just a good friend to Volaris, but also to Denver International Airport. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, Governor Hickenlooper, Mayor Hancock, Enrique, Kim. It is a pleasure for me to be here in this important announcement. I just want to share with you the anecdote about 1 year process that today, this is the result. A year ago, I had a meeting with the mayor and with the governor. And we discussed at that time that it's important to have a direct flight from Mexico to Denver. So after the green light of the both authorities, my next step, it was to make a phone call to the people of Volaris. And I share with Enrique the idea, the information that I have, that a lot of Mexicans live in Colorado. We have a lot of companies from Mexico to establish Denver and Colorado for making operation and doing business with the United States, but also companies from Colorado to decide to open a market in Mexico. Also, we have a lot of tourism in both sides. A lot of people, a lot of Mexicans visit Colorado, the mountains during the winter, but year by year we saw how the tourism from Mexico increased during the summer. So with that information, my next step, it was a meeting in January in Mexico with the team of the airport and the team of Volaris to discuss all the paperwork, all the logistic issue that it was involved. After that, the visit of the governor, John Hickenlooper, to Mexico in March, it was very important. We also had a meeting with Volaris, and at those days, Enrique offered to the government that Volaris is very interested in have a direct flight between Mexico and Colorado. Let me share with you some important issues that I think we need to consider. Our community, probably more than 1 million Mexicans living in Colorado. The companies that I saw, and the tourism. Also, as a result of the visit of the governor, in the next couple of weeks, we will open an office in the consulate for the Mexican Tourism Board. The idea is to increase the tourism between Mexico and Colorado. After all this explanation, I just want to say thank you very much, Governor, thank you very much, Mayor, thank you very much, Enrique, and thank you very much, Kim. This is a win-win situation. Thank you very much.
Thank you. It is now a great pleasure for me to introduce our great governor of the state of Colorado, who has always been a supporter of this airport and has a great understanding of the economic development that comes with a flight like this. Governor Hickenlooper.
So all I can say is it's still, this is undeniably a perverse pleasure. But I love seeing these things that we kept trying to do and that Michael Hancock finishes up. And where we didn't get it done, he's the one who's moving the ball over the goal line, you know? And I think, well, you got to give him a huge hand right here for his effort. Just so you know, we're in Denver, it's his city, so he was supposed to be speaking first. That's the way it usually works. But he's, you know, modest and pushing me forward, so I'm going to embarrass him every chance I get. Kim, thank you for all the work you do for the airport, for the city, and for the state. Enrique, mucho gusto. Encantado de conocerlos. Right? We can't wait. Our meeting down in Mexico City was very exciting. You know, I'm not. They wrote a bunch of stuff of, you know, the nuts and bolts, some of this of what it means. Some of the companies we have here in Colorado, Western Union, Black Creek Capital, Project Care, Crocs, Oracle. You go down the list of all these companies that we have strong relationships with Mexico. We should have a lot more, right? Mexico has, I think, the greatest single potential for trade, for tourism, for exchanges of all kinds of any country in the world for the state of Colorado, and certainly for the city of Denver as well. I'll tell you, I mean, one story, when we were on in late March down in Mexico City, and Alejandro Marti, who owns a business in Vail, he has the Sebastian Hotel, which he has renovated, spectacular place, and he organized a lunch for us. And there were about 50 or 60 entrepreneurs, business leaders. I mean, these are very, very successful, the leadership, the elite of Mexico City. And Alejandro asked them to raise their hand, and Andres helped put all this together, and we are forever in your gratitude. How many of you ski? Almost every hand goes up. And then he said, how many of you learned to ski in Colorado? Every hand goes up, right? And then he said, how many of you own property, own a home, a second home in Colorado? 2/3 of the hands went up, right? So we have a beachhead, right? Of course, we don't really have beaches in Colorado at the level, but we have these mountains with the great skiing, and Mexico has the beaches, right? And there's just a natural relationship and partnership there that allows us to succeed. And I think a lot of Coloradans haven't seen, the story I told when I was in Mexico was it's a little bit like the girl next door when you're growing up in all those American movies about, you know, and she has pigtails and thick glasses, and, you know, she's trying to be the cute boy next door. She's trying to be his friend, and he doesn't pay attention. And at the end of the movie, something bad happens, and she saves his bacon, right? And all of a sudden, she lets down the pigtails, she takes off the glasses, she's beautiful, and she's funny, and she's smart, and they fall in love, and that's well, Mexico is the girl next door for the United States, right? And we have not recognized, we went down there, we went to Costco's that are as large and as modern and as busy and as clean as any Costco anywhere in the United States. There were, I think it was 11 just in Mexico City. There's an emerging middle class there that people in Colorado and the United States aren't aware of. And their economic growth over these last few years when the world is struggling, it's been 7%, 8%, 6%. I mean, they are an economic engine, and they would love to be partners with us. And one of the most important things, if we're going to build this partnership between these two countries and between Colorado and Mexico, is we need transportation. And Enrique, having one of the top airlines in the world with a remarkable record of timeliness, of value, of being, you know, courteous and friendly staff, but at the same time finding the lowest cost, what a great gift to both Mexico and Colorado. Thank you.
Thank you, Governor. And now it is my great pleasure and honor to introduce my boss, Mayor Michael Hancock, who not only is an active supporter of DIA, but he has been an avid participant in our air service marketing efforts from his days as council, and he continues that today as mayor.
Thank you, Kim. First of all, good afternoon. And let me just say that Andres was absolutely on target with the chronology of how this came about. Conversation, we need to get it done. Conversation with Kim, let's get it done. Governor, we got to get it done. And then the governor went down, and as he normally does, he kicks in the door and gets it done. So he calls me in March from Mexico City, and he says, we've got this flight. We just need to seal it now with all the administrative paperwork. We're going to announce a nonstop flight to Mexico City. This has been a true partnership between the state and the city and our great Mexican consul, who is someone who, you know, I know they rotate consuls, but we are actually talking to the White House to talk to the president of Mexico and say we don't want to lose Andres Chao at all. We want him to become a permanent consul to Denver, Colorado. Can you help with that?
I'm ready.
Enrique, let me say to you and to Volaris, thank you very much. This is another spoke in the will, if you will, of Denver's globalization, our efforts to become a world-class city and to get on that stage, that global stage, if you will. And the governor is absolutely on target with this. You are our closest neighbor. one of our biggest trading partners, and one in which in Mexico City we find 22 million potential visitors to our city and to our state. And we want to invite them to come and enjoy the great vistas of our wonderful state, of our great city. We want them to come and be great tourists here and bring some of those wonderful ties that you guys are sporting here today. Enrique was a little concerned because we don't have ties on. Well, we exercise what we call cool biz here. So, well, you bought that here? So let me say this. This, as we continue to build our corridors of opportunity here in Denver, this flight was a target of ours to get it done. And we are partnering with one of the greatest airlines in the world. And I'm excited that you're in Denver, and we welcome you here. I'm looking forward to being a part of some of the first flights to Mexico City and enjoying. I've never been to Mexico City, so I'm looking forward to the opportunity of visiting Mexico City and seeing all the great things that are going on over there, but more importantly, inviting the great people of Mexico and Mexico City to our great city and our great state. This is important. Next step, we go on to continue our efforts in South America and Central America, but we had to stop long enough to our friends, our girlfriend next door, and to say, welcome to Colorado, welcome to Denver. We are glad you're coming. Thanks. You bet.